Hello guys, in this video we will create a custom form in Drupal 10. Forms are a core part of the Drupal site. Drupal's Form API provides a standard, easy to use and secure way to add forms to your website. Form API is a key component in Drupal for building various types of forms, from simple contact form to complex administrative settings form. Creating a custom form in Drupal involves defining a form class, routing it, and then handling the submission. Let's create a basic example of the form. First of all, we need to create a custom module for Drupal. If you have one, you can use it. If not, you can create with me. In the modules custom directory, create another folder for our module and call it example form. And inside this folder, we have to also create example form.info YAML file, which is required to have a custom module. Let's fill the info YAML file. Name and description will be shown in the administration UI. Package is for grouping the modules together, and type indicates the type of extension. It's module, theme or profile. In this case, this is module. Core version requirements is showing with which Drupal version is compatible our module. In this case, it's 9 and 10. Now we can enable this module from administration UI. Open our website and in the admin menu click to the extent. Using search, you can try to find by name. In this case, it's example form. Click to the checkbox and install. The module is successfully installed and now we can create a class for our form. The form class should be placed in the module directory under source and form. And here we can create a file for our form class. I will call it example form.php. Now let's write a simple example of our form. This is simple example of custom form. Let's check what we have here. First of all, we have a namespace and it's following PSR4 standards. We are writing Drupal and after it's coming the module machine name, which is in this case example form, and form because this is formed because it's in form directory. We are ignoring source directory. We are using here two classes, form base, which we are extending, and also we have form state interface. Our class name is example form, which is exactly should be the same as our file name. It should extend from the form base, and it also should have these three required methods: get form ID, build form, and submit form. Get form ID gives the form a unique identifier. Build form specifies the structure and elements of the form. Submit form handles the submission and processing the submitted data. We also have not required function validate form, which is not required and you can check and validate user submitted data. Let's also add this function. Now let's create one simple field to see the results. In the build form, create field name, which type is a text field, and write some title for him. Now let's return the form. Okay, to see the results, we need to also create a routing for this form. In the example form folder, create a new file and call it example form as the module name .routing.yaml. And let's create a route. We just created a routing file. Let's see what we have here. First line is okay for our routing. We have also here path. It means that using this path in the browser, we can access to the form. Here we should identify the form class, and also we can set the page title. And in the bottom we have a permission for this route. After clearing the cache, we can access the form using the path that we defined in the routing YAML file. Open the configuration, performance, and click to the clear all caches. Copy the path from Visual Studio Code and open it using browser. As we can see, it works. Now we have our first custom form, which is using one field that is name. Let's add a couple of new fields. In the build form, let's add another field. We create three another fields, a field for email, field for message, and also the submit button. Now, if we will update the page, we should see a new fields. Okay, we have a syntax error here. If we will update the page, we can see the new fields. We have here name, email, message. We can even fill it and submit. By clicking submit, nothing will be happen because we don't do in the submit form. So let's, after the submission, output some message that we will see that something is happening. After the submission of the form, we should see a message that form is submitted. Let's check it. Clicking to the submit, and we can see that form is submitted. Let's add the values that user submitted to the message. Here we are replacing these variables with the user submitted data. Let's check it. Let's submit the data, and we can see here that form is submitted and the name is some name, email is test@test.com and message the test. This is the exact same data that I filled here. Now let's add some validation. I just added some simple validation that is checking if length of the name that is submitted user is less than 3 symbols. I am adding an error message that name should contain at least 3 symbols. Let's check how it works. If I will write here 2 symbols and try to submit data, I will get the error that name should contain at least 3 symbols, and we can see that submit function isn't working. But if I will add one more and I will fill these two, we can see that now everything is perfectly work. So we just added some simple validation. We just created a simple form for Drupal 9. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel.